Hey, what's up guys, it's Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with finally a movie. The name of this movie is, as you guessed from the title, What If Naruto Had Gotten Wood Release? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to my boy Jimmy Day for suggesting this idea. Now before continuing this, stay tuned for a short story on my second channel as well. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe to both of my channels as well. Now without any further ado, let's begin with our today's movie. Roll the intro. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato on October 10th, in nighttime, as it was the 10th year anniversary of the Cubius attack. The people were telling the younger generation of how they survived when they were just infants. As some of the people were doing this, some of the people were busy doing something else. As they like to call it, the demon hunting. They were busy doing that. And who might this demon be, you might ask? None other than 10-year-old orphaned resident of Konoha Gakure no Sato, Naruto Uzumaki, as he was currently being chased on the other side of the village on the outskirts by a mob. Amongst this mob was civilians majorly, but there were some Chunins and Genins as well. Naruto for his age was quite fast, and since this was a normal routine on each and every day of his birthday, he has gotten used to it and was able to even avoid them. As he was currently running, we see him saying this, "Oh, come on, not this year again. Can't I get a break for 1 year at least?" As he heard more chants of, "Kill the demon, we're gonna avenge our fallen this year. Finally. As nobody's gonna protect you," and so on. These voices were heard as Naruto just rolled his eyes and continued dashing. He arrived in a thick forest, as this was the first time he was being pushed this far outside of the village. Normally by now some of the Chunins or Anbus would have arrived to save him, but looks like he was far away from their reach and their eyesight, so he had to do something, and fast. So he took it upon himself and his stealth and his luck to hide. As he was doing so, the mob went past by him, but some of the shinobi spread out to search for him. Naruto knew that they were searching for him nearby, so he had to move, and quite silently. So he moved as he was crouching, and instantly he bumped into a hard wall. What the? Who made a wall in the middle of nowhere? Naruto muttered to himself, as then he noticed something. It had a symbol that resembled the symbols of the clan. Huh. What clan is this? As Naruto looked at the symbol and was quite confused. And on the other side there was a spiral that Naruto was all too familiar with. This spiral. I have seen this. It's on the Chunin jackets and the shinobi jackets all over. I need to see if I can hide here. As Naruto was now hearing the voices again and they were getting near. So he had to act, and fast. So he took it upon himself and opened the door, and surprisingly it wasn't locked. As he went inside, he saw that there were many small cabins that were placed there, but there was a huge house in the center. Now, curiosity got the better of Naruto since he was a curious child, so he ventured into the big house first of all. So as we see him arriving at the front gate of the house, there was a huge seal placed there, unbeknownst to him. As soon as he touched the door, something cut at his finger as droplets of blood fell down, as the whole seal activated instantly, and Naruto was shocked, as instantly everything turned bright white as Naruto was standing there, and standing in front of him was none other than a beautiful red-headed woman in buns. And this woman then introduced herself. "My name is Mito Uzumaki. I am the princess of the Uzumaki clan, and you, if you are seeing this message, then you have somehow ended up here. Either you are an Senju or an Uzumaki, or a combination of both. Now in front of you will appear two scrolls. Choose wisely one of them, because if you choose a Senju and if you are not the Senju, then you might get hurt to the point that your chakra will be destroyed. If you choose the Uzumaki one, then you have to be an Uzumaki, otherwise it will not work either way." As after that we see Naruto, being an idiot, just pulled out the both scrolls, and instantly the both scrolls disappeared and a huge black scroll appeared. "Congratulations, you passed the test. You are both a Senju now and an Uzumaki. Within this scroll lies the chakra of my husband, Hashirama Senju, and my own, and our memories as well. You see, this is a technique developed by me for our granddaughter Tsunade. And if she is seeing this, then it is for you, my granddaughter. And if you are not her, then I'm glad to inform you that you have found this power. But use it wisely, because this power, this Gekigenkai, is very scarce and very powerful. It made my husband the god of shinobi, and made me recognized as the strongest Kunoichi of my time. As now we see Naruto grab that scroll, and instantly the scroll vanished, as markings begin to appear on Naruto's hands as they went throughout his whole body. As instantly he saw that his stomach began to glow as well, as huge amount of chakra was now coming out of his body, and his seals, the markings that were spreading out all over his body now then began to glow. And not only that, Naruto wasn't the only one that was feeling this. The whole village felt the huge surge of chakra, but only for seconds, and after that it died down. Now we go towards Hiruzen while this was going on. He was busy in a council meeting, as usual, but once he felt this chakra, he was scared. And so was everyone. Hokage-sama, this chakra, it can't be. Did something happen to? Oh no. Sit down, those idiots. He muttered to himself, as Hiruzen then said, "Find Naruto, instantly! Anbus, go!" As Anbus went out, silently, as Hiruzen then sat down. What could have happened? The surge vanished. Yes, we felt it too, Hokage-sama. We need to find out. Hurriedly. I hope everything is alright. As on the other side, we see that Naruto then saw that the markings begin to disappear. As Naruto was now panting heavily, his body was steaming heavily as well. What the hell was that? I thought I have gotten an awesome jutsu or something from the first Hokage, but turns out it was nothing but a hoax. Who knew that the redhead lady would scam me like this? Or was it a ghost? Oh no, said Naruto, as he was very much afraid of ghosts and wanted to get out. But before he could do so, he was knocked out unconscious. As now we see him opening his eyes again, but this time around in a sewer-like space, and in front of him was huge bars made out of metal. And in the right center, where the bars were connected, there was a letter in which kanjis were written for seal, as two red eyes opened. "So you are here, kid," said a weakened, grumbling voice. "Wait, you're the Kyubi no Yoko. But how? You were... Listen, no time to explain. What you did, it has caused all of my chakra to be depleted from my body. I cannot regain it back. Whatever is done, it is done. I am dying." Wait, what? You're dying? But weren't you already... I wasn't dead. I was sealed inside of you. Didn't you even for a minute consider why they called you a demon on the Kyubi festival? Are you really that idiot? Now that I think about it, it all makes sense now. Of course it does. But that is not the point. The point is, you have now my powers. And I am dying. Listen, enough. I know what has been done. It wasn't your fault. It is the fault of Madara Uchiha. Madara Uchiha? Who is that? That is someone who you can say was the one who caused me to kill your parents and attack your village. As Naruto's eyes widened. Wait, you mean an Uchiha did this? Like from the Uchiha clan? Yes, an Uchiha from the Uchiha clan, kid. And his name was Madara. I highly doubt that he is linked to the clan right now because he was banished 100 years ago. Then how can he... I remember those eyes. I have felt that sensation before once I fought Hashirama, once that bastard used me. Can I trust you, aside from a power, with a promise and a request? Yes, I think I can take a request. Good, then listen up, kid. Promise me that you will kill Madara, whatever happens. But your parents were killed by him. Once I die, the seal will be removed. My chakra will become yours, as it is already merging with your body. I will be reborn again, don't get me wrong, but it will take me more than 10 years to do so. And as aside from that, your parents' part of chakra and soul is still intact here. And your DNA, I sensed before anything, it was altered. Seems like you have gotten a Kekkei. Wait, what? Yes, you have gotten a Kekkei. I don't know which one. You will find out soon on your own. As after that we see the QB begin to disappear. So long, kid. And I apologize for what's it worth to ruin your life, even if it was against my will. You don't have to apologize. I'm sorry if anything else. We failed you, said Naruto, as QB's eyes widened, and then it closed. Maybe Tochan was right, really. There are still some good people here. As the QB vanished, the chakra walls that were created began to disappear, and suddenly two figures appeared there made out of chakra. One blonde-haired man, wearing white robe and standard Jonin uniform, and a red-headed woman. As Naruto looked at both. So, you must be my Naruto-kun. You have grown, said the red-haired woman as she hugged Naruto. It's been a long time. I really wanted to. As Naruto's body began to ache, as tears welled up in his eyes, they began to sting as he hugged both of his parents tight. It's finally good to meet you, Tochan. Gachan. As Naruto stayed that way for a few moments, and after that they began to chat and have a good time. Minato was not intrigued of how his son was treated, and henceforth revealed where his house and all of his stash of jutsus and kunais were, alongside Kushina's, jutsus, mainly his heritage, and Naruto was more than happy to know where it was. So, now he was aware of why he was hated as well as who he really was, both of the secrets that were kept from him, and now he was gonna use them to get what he wants, and that was ultimate power, so that he could defeat Madara Uchiha, the only person who ruined not only his life, but the life of many others, those others who blamed him. Because in the end, even if he couldn't forgive those people, his father begged him to, pardon them at least, if he could not find his heart to forgive them. And at the request of his parents, he was forced to do so. Anyways, now we see Naruto was kicked out of his mindscape as his parents disappeared after spending their time in chakra there. As Naruto's eyes were still red, as this tongue from the tears that he has shed. Who knew? On my 10th birthday, I will find such secrets. And from running nonetheless. I guess running really helped me out. As now we see Naruto came outside of that house and instantly he was surrounded by Anbus. As Hiruzen himself arrived there, Naruto, where have you been for the past 4 hours? We have been looking for you high and low. Your chakra signature last time was here, so we couldn't find you. Where did you arrive from? Oh, the house behind. What house? Said Hiruzen as Naruto's eyes widened. We cannot see. You cannot see any house here? No, Naruto. There isn't here. Okay, then I have something to tell you, Didi. Yes, there is a lot we need to talk about, Naruto. That is true. As now we see both Naruto and Hiruzen was seated in his office, but unknown to Naruto, behind a wall there was a glass from which all the council was seated and listening in closely to this conversation. Alright, Naruto, I would like to know what happened to you and where were you? Before that, there are some things that I want to clarify. The people that hate me, is it because of the fox that was sealed inside of me 10 years ago by the 4th Hokage on the QB attack, the day I was born? Yes, Naruto. But can I know how do you know about this? Let's just say I have some secrets that I will reveal shortly, but not before I get all my answers. And are my parents, Minato no Mikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. As this caused everyone to go shock, because Hiruzen himself was. Now that confirms my suspicions. So it really is true. Listen, Naruto, enough, Gigi. I know what you were trying to do and it was failing horribly, right in front of your eyes, even if you didn't want to see it. Now moving on. Aside from this, did you reveal my, status of Jinchuriki to the people, even if my father told you to keep it a secret? No, Naruto. That was the elders. And you just sat back, didn't do anything? It was already too late, son. I couldn't do anything. Even if I am the Kage, the strongest shinobi, there are still some things that I even can't do. In the end, I am only a human as well. Alright, Gigi. Now, since I've gotten my answers, I would like to, make some requests. But before doing so, I would like my answers now, Naruto. Where were you? I was escaping from a mob as usual. Now, this time around, where you found me, I was able to venture that far, and no Anbu was able to get close to me somehow. So, I had to do something on my own. I fortunately hid myself, and noticed that some of the shinobis were within that group. So, I began to move silently until I bumped into a wall, where I saw the Senju clan symbol, and right beside it was an Uzumaki clan symbol. And once I ventured inside, I found out about a main house, where I went, and there was a lady with red hair in buns, known as Mito Uzumaki. She said that she was a princess of, Uzumaki clan, and turns out that she has placed a chakra there so that nobody, aside from an Uzumaki or a Senju, or both, could access the power that was there. What power, Naruto? Now everyone was listening on the edge of their seat as Naruto revealed. The power of the first Hokage would release, said Naruto, as Danzo burst into the door. That's it. You lying punk. What proof do you have? Do you have that sacred Kikigenkai? As Naruto slammed his hand on the ground, Mogetan. Wood binding, as wood logs appeared out of the ground and binded Danzo where he stood, from both hands and feet, as Danzo stood shocked, and so did Hiruzen and everyone else. How is this possible? I told you, I'm not lying. And what about the Kyuubi? Said Hiruzen as Naruto freed Danzo, who went back. Oh, about him. Turns out the seal was not intended for Jinchuriki, so it had an opposite effect on, the seal. Turns out every and each bit of ounce of chakra from the Biju was stripped and was forced to be rewritten as my own chakra and was added into my chakra pool, rendering the Biju to be die early on, and the Biju is dead. And henceforth I was able to meet the chakra constructs of my parents. And that is why we are having this conversation right now. So that is why you knew. You met both Minato and Kushina. Correct. And what did the Kyuubi revealed? Madara Uchiha is still alive. And he was the one behind that attack. Now this statement alone caused great havoc within the council. Great amount of scare. Naruto, are you sure? Madara was killed, I know what was said. Kyuubi promised me that it was the truth, and you trusted a demon's word? A dying demon's word. Whose power was stripped, he was powerless. What could he have done? Trick me? And let's not forget, there really was a Sharingan that day. The Kyuubi attacked, even my father said so. The man claimed to be Madara, and his Sharingan alone was strong enough to manipulate the Biju. None of the Uchihas here can do that. Or could, at least. The kid is telling the truth. The Uchihas couldn't do that. I see. So the Biju is dead, Naruto. Yes. Alright, you can leave now. I'll be leaving, but to my own home. Yes, you'll be going to your apartment. No, not the apartment, GT. This is where my request comes in. I would like to take the Senju scrolls about Moketan to learn from them. And not only that, I would like Mito-sama's scrolls as well, because she has blessed me with her powers. And I will also carry on my father and mother's heritage. So you want to move to your parents' house? Yes. And want the Senju and Uzumaki scrolls? Yes. Alright. We'll talk about this with the council, and I promise you this much. Your potential you have, Naruto, will not be allowed to go to waste. You have to put a lot of hard work within these 3 years before you become a Genin. And after that as well. I won't disappoint you, GT. You know that much, right? I always can trust on you, Naruto. Alright, you can go and rest. Your house is at specific street. As Ruzen specified the address, and Naruto, after bidding farewell, left. As now we see, the council was now gathered again in the council chamber. As there was a huge silence in the whole room, as Shikamaru's dad, Shikaku, then said, "So, this is going to be such a drag? Any of you gonna say something or not? Or should I just go home?" "No, Shikaku. It's just that we are all shocked. We thought that Kakegenkai died with Hashirama sensei," said Koharu. "And to see it surprisingly spring up again. And by the grace of Mito-sama." "I would have expected something from Mito sensei as well like this," said Koharu, as Homura then said, "Yes, Koharu. You should have. So what now? We are gonna get the kid what he wants or not?" "I think we should," said Danzo, as all of them looked at him. "Wait, you're agreeing," said Tazumi Inuzuka. "Something must be off, or something must be in it for you." "Not always something has to be in it for me. I'm doing this for my village. My each and every move has been for the sake of village, even if it is by crook or hook. You know that." "And yes, we know. Naruto here has achieved not only the power and knowledge of Mito and Hashirama sensei, but also of Minato and Kushina. The Biju is not in the problem anyway. Naruto's chakra pool is expanded to the point that he is considered a tailless Biju himself because he absorbed the nine tails chakra. The potential is boundless. We cannot allow this to go to waste. He must be started training right now, if I must say so myself, but we need time to gather all the scrolls and material to properly train him, to hone his skill to help him grow. And for that, we need a week, because it has to be a lot of time before we dig up all those scrolls where they're kept. Alright, I will inform Naruto, but will give his parents' heritage tomorrow to him. I think that is for the best course of actions. So do any of you have any objections?" "No, Hokage-sama. I have also one question," said Hiyashi Hyuga. "What is it?" "My niece and my daughter, Nezuko and Hinata, we both brothers, requested Minato that our daughters marry his son once he was born. Once it was confirmed that we were having daughters and, well, he was having son. And since Shikaku isn't here, he too wanted Satsuki, his daughter, to marry Naruto. Powerful clans of both Hyuga and Uchiha. I guess we wanted to have Satsuki to be in CRA, but turns out she's going to be a part of CRA for Naruto. Are you seriously gonna put him in? There is a chance that this might be it for us to produce more Kakegenkai users of Moketan, Hiruzen. You must be out of your mind if you don't see this as a golden chance. Naruto is our golden goose here. Naruto is not a golden goose. First of all, Danzo. And second of all, I will not allow this until Naruto himself agrees or any of the girls agrees. Then I have a proposition. Put them in the same team after they graduate from the Genin and place them in the same class for these 3 years. Alright? That is something that is agreeable. Is that okay to you, Hiyashi? Yes, that is alright. As after that we see, the meeting came to an closure. As the next morning Naruto was given his parents' heritage and he started to train his skills and master his parents' heritage. First of all, he began with the Fuinjutsu of his mother's side. And since he was Uzumaki and his senses as well as abilities of learning capabilities as well as mastery of Fuinjutsu was enhanced to the point that he was already considered a Fuinjutsu prodigy, Naruto was able to wheeze through it all and was able to complete the 20 books encyclopedia of the whole Fuinjutsu seals and its creation. Naruto was about to create his own seals, but before that he now had to master his father's prize jutsu and complete it as well, the Rasengan. So Naruto began its, first steps, as 6 months have already passed by this time now, and Naruto was also now going to go into the class in the academy. And his class was changed to Iruka Amino's class, where the clan heads were going to be seated, and more specifically, his future potential wives. Even Nezuko was holding a year back to be graduated at the same time as Hinata, and surprisingly, her teammates, both Lee and Tenten, also wanted to be together with Nezuko, so they also agreed. to this. So Guy had to wait one more year until they graduate. As on the other side we see, 11-year-old Naruto was now seated with them, alongside with Satsuki Uchiha and Hinata and Nezuko Hyuga. As the time progressed, the girls were now warming up to Naruto, as Naruto was helping them out the way he could, since he was now basically a prodigy that became a star overnight in the academy because of his skills and precision, as well as how he acted and behaved. They were now attracted to him to some extent. And Naruto, he wouldn't lie to himself if he wasn't enjoying his current life, but he knew that he has to train to uphold the not only the honor and reputation of his parents, but also Hashirama and Mito-sama. And that is why he was training so hard. And he was gonna make them proud, no matter what happens. Finally, after some years, the day came and they were all going to graduate, as Naruto was the Rookie of the Year, and Konoichi of the Year was a tie between three girls, Hinata, Satsuki, and Nezuko. Unfortunately for Nezuko, she was already in a team of Might Guy, but as for Hinata and Satsuki, they were placed with Naruto under Team 7 under Kakashi Hatake, and henceforth they were currently waiting in their class for their sensei to arrive, as their sensei was quite late, while the other senseis had arrived already and taken their students to train with them. Naruto was currently meditating, as Satsuki was looking at Naruto with curious eyes, and so was Hinata while twiddling with her fingers. Oh no, Naruto-kun, what is it, Hinata? Naruto asked. Would you like to have lunch with me? Said Satsuki, as Hinata was shocked to see the first girl advance, but her frown was evident. How about we all enjoy lunch since we are all part of the team? As both of the girls agreed to that arrangement, but before it could become to fruition, their sensei came in. Mama, gonna have a lunch without your sensei? How cruel. And here I was thinking that I was late because of my precious little Genins were waiting there for me. I tried my best to hurry up. You're half an hour late, Kakashi-sensei. You know that, right? Well, there was this old lady, and I helped her out and took some time, and after that I saw a black cat, so I had to take the longer route. Wow. Just wow. That is quite a, bad lie. I'll try at least. So, what now? What now is that we have our introduction here, and after that, we have a test. A test. But we thought that we are already cleared and have become a Genin. You might have been chosen to become Genin, not have become Genin. Because this test will determine whether you're fit of becoming one, or you are wrong to be chosen as one. Okay, so what is this test, Sensei? Asked Satsuki. The test will be conducted tomorrow at 7 a.m. at Team 7 training grounds. And P.S. do not eat anything if you don't want to puke. As now we see, the next morning they all came, but have brought their lunch. As they saw that, Naruto sat down and was in deep thought as Satsuki and Hinata greeted him. Hey both of you, good morning as well. What are you thinking, Naruto-kun? Said Hinata. I am trying to decipher what Sensei was trying to say. What do you mean? Was there some sort of a message that we need to understand? I mean, breakfast is essential if you want to have strength to continue on in the day. But Sensei told us not to eat, and he wants to conduct a test. There is something off here. We'll feel weak within a few hours of try or struggle. Hours? You make it sound like the test is gonna continue on until evening. And that is correct, said a puff of smoke as Kakashi stood there, because the test is going to, maybe, continue even for a whole day. Wait, what is the test? I knew it, said Naruto. It's the bell test, as both of the girls were surprised. Bell test? The bell test is basically a test, said Naruto, where Sensei tests his Genins, as they tell their Genins to basically come at them with intent to kill, and their only objective is to grab the bells before the timer rings out. And that is correct. You have 3 hours and you can do whatever you wish. However you want to try to get these bells. But there are only 2 bells, said Satsuki. One of you have to go back. One of you will fail today. As the two of them looked together at Naruto and then at themselves as their eyes narrowed. Now begin. As both of them were about to leave, Naruto grabbed their hands and disappeared. As Kakashi I smile, smart kid. He really has changed a lot. Huh. As now we see, both of them are confused. Naruto, what are you doing? Like this we all will fail. If we do the same thing that Sensei has still, we will fail still. Well, what do you mean? The bell means that we pass, wouldn't it? No. Tell me, has there ever been a two-man cell Genin team with their sensei that you have seen? No, never. That is what I'm trying to say. There has been three-man cell, like we are. We have to work together. This is a test that shows that we are ready to sacrifice ourselves for the other one. And that is the only way we will get this done. Teamwork and completely reliant on each other. I know your moves and techniques are completely against each other and does not complement. We can find a way to strategize that we can complement these abilities. I'm gonna be doing the long range. Satsuki, with your Sharingan you might be able to have the best shot in the short with the mid range, and as for Hinata, you can go in for the close range as well. Alright, now let's move out. As Naruto then suddenly slammed his hands together and appearing in front of Kakashi, Mokitan, wood cage, as wood beams appeared and Kakashi was able to dodge. As suddenly the beams changed their directions and changed into wood bindings and Kakashi was grabbed, before he poofed away in a puff of smoke. Nice try, Naruto, but it seems that is not all. Even if you have the legendary Mokitan, it seems that you have still a lot to learn. Who says I was going for you, Sensei? As suddenly Kakashi's eyes widened as he noticed something. Behind him, Satsuki was midair and has lodged two Fuma shurikens covered in fire, as a huge fireball was coming towards his direction as well. As Kakashi was able to minorly dodge that, but a part of his shoulder was burned, or clothes were burned from there. Almost. As from behind him, stealthily Hinata appeared with Juken style and knocked his chakra points where he was paralyzed for a bit. They grabbed the bells and threw. Hinata grabbed the bells and threw both towards the each. As Kakashi then said, "Can you, ease me up? You passed." As right after they did that, the bell rang close. Wait, what? It's only been 30 minutes, Sensei. Why did the bell ring? You were aiming to fail us, weren't you? Said Naruto. No, Naruto. I knew when you left. I changed the timer, knowing fully well that it might take you 30 minutes tops to end this test. And guess what? I was right. Within record time, you were able to do something that most of the Genins, and even I, as a Genin, were not able to do. As everyone was shocked and happy that they did so. You all pass with flying colors. Not only did you help out each other, even though both the Yugas and Uchihas have the opposite and incompatible matching styles, and that is why they were never placed in the same team. Naruto, you were able to work this out. Well, I just guided them to the best of their abilities. Many have tried, Naruto, but none of them were willingly able to work because of their egos clashing once another. I see. I'm proud of them, I guess, as my teammates and my family, said Naruto, and these words were more than enough for making the both girls' heart melt as they smiled at Naruto. Alright, enough about this. How about we go and celebrate? Oh, look at the time. I have somewhere else to be. Why don't you go and celebrate on my behalf? Bye, said Kakashi as he disappeared. As for Naruto and the others, they were flabbergasted. But after that, Naruto then said, he is right. This calls for a celebration. How about we go and grab something? What would you like? Normally Naruto would have said ramen, but since his intellect and mind has evolved somewhat after that process, he was able to think more carefully now. How about that? We go grab some ramen and cinnamon buns for dessert. Oh, and tomatoes as well. And that is what they all did. And they were having the best time of their life until they bumped into another team. It was Team Guy. Oh, look at here, Lee and the others. If it isn't a youthful team of my rival, what would you be doing here? We just passed our test, guys, Sensei, and we're having a celebration. And now we were on our way home. Ah, I see. Have you seen my rival Kakashi? I've been trying to find him, but I couldn't. We have a lot of matches to settle down on. I don't know. Maybe he's at the Hokage office or something? Thank you, Naruto. You really are youthful. Lee, Nezuko, Tenten, Be on your way, okay? You're free for now. As he went on a handstand and dashed as fast as he could on his hands towards Hokage office. You go, guy sensei, said Lee, as everyone had a huge sweat drop on their head. Huh, that is certainly something, said Naruto. How was your team and assignments, Nezuko? Said Naruto. Everything was going fine, Naruto. Good. Hinata-sama. And you as well, Uchiha. Come on now. Please, not this. Alright, I won't. As now we see, the three of them began to leave. As Naruto finally returned home, his home, where he saw his pictures of his parents, as he lay down on his bed, and was in deep thoughts. Thoughts about what he thought of the girls, and he blushed badly. What am I thinking? But what if it is true? Nah, obviously nah. But hey, a guy can dream, can it? You see, this was because he not only found the heritage of his parents as well as Ashirama and Mito, he was also able to find the heritage that was kept in the dark secrets. The heritage of his godfather, Jiraiya. And that has left some sort of impression on him. And he wanted to have his own harem now. So, that is why Naruto was having these thoughts about his friends. But he didn't want his friendships to be broken, so that is why he just didn't want it to advance and acted like this. As now the next day came, and let's just say for Team 7, the worst time began, because it was the time for the D rank missions. One after the other, they were just mowing down D rank missions, one after the other, until they reached their final 40th mission, which was to catch the cat named Tora, or otherwise known as Demon Spawn for Hell. It has been existent for quite a long time, and was literally the embodiment of the cats have 9 lives, because it was alive as far as even Hiruzen was young. And let's just say, was over at least 70 to 80 years old, and was quite active still. Some even said that it was a shinobi hound or a cat, but that was not the case. It has lived amongst them, but it wasn't one. And that is why it was special, and was quite a training regimen for the Gens. But this time around something interesting happened. Naruto gave it treats and tuna can, and it came to Naruto and began to purr. And Naruto brought it back. Everyone was cocking their eyes out at Naruto. Was he some sort of wizard or something? Or what he did to the cat? These were the thoughts of the older generation shinobis. But Naruto was quite happy with what he did, and so was Team 7. And finally, they were free from the dreadful D-rank missions. And Naruto then said, Gigi, with all due respect, I request a C-rank now. We have completed our, quota of D-rank ones. Is that correct, Kakashi? Do you think they are ready? Well, I do trust their dynamics, and I believe they are ready. Alright then. How about this? Take the bridge builder Tazuna back to the land of waves. Iruka, can you please call him in? Hokage-sama, with all due respect, do you think they are really ready? I mean, Kakashi-san, they are just getting it. Sensei, you don't need to worry about that. We are more than ready enough. Isn't it right, girls? Hi, the two of them said, see? As Iruka with a discomfort then called in the drunken bridge builder Tazuna. Huh? These kids are gonna be protecting me, Hokage-sama. I thought that you might be sending in some shinobis. Not the scrawny kids. With what you are paying, you are glad that you have us, because the payment you have made is the lowest of the low. You should be getting beginner level Genins, which are basically us, but still we are at least above high level Genins. So you should be grateful that you have what you have. Pesky little brat, aren't ya? Alright, fine. How about you meet me half an hour later at the front gates? I'll be ready there, waiting for you. Alright, class? Students, go pack your stuff and meet us there. As Kakashi disappeared, and so did the others via Sunshin. As Hiruzen was shocked, they learned Sunshin that fast, huh? Maybe Naruto is really a good influence on both the Uchiha girl and on the Hyuga girl. As now we see, half an hour later they all arrived there and were walking now, beginning their journey to the land of waves at a civilian pace. And as they continued, Naruto noticed something and halted them. Sensei, it hasn't rained for the past 3 months, and there is a puddle in front of us. Most likely a genjutsu. Good eyes, Naruto. So what do you think we should do? As Naruto looked towards the girls. What do you suggest, both of you? I think we should throw in some projectiles to lure them out, like a trap or something, said Hinata. Or we can just send in a jutsu from, far range and capture them like this, neutralizing them. Alright, how about this then? Hinata, you be prepared. Once Satsuki launches her attack and they are visible, you're gonna have to act fast and tie them up with the ninja wires. Alright. Satsuki, you fire flower jutsu at them, like we practiced. Alright, here it goes. As Naruto then said, wait, once I signal. As Naruto slammed his hand on the ground, earth-shaking jutsu. As earth-style earth-shaking jutsu was activated. As the earth began to shake and the genjutsu was broken. As Satsuki fired fire flower jutsu on them. As huge amount of steam came out and they were left, quite, blinded for some time as Hinata moved in and tied them up with ninja wires connected to her fist. One more pull and they would have been shredded into bits. Now, you are under arrest. Tell us who sent you and what were you doing here laying in a genjutsu trap? As both of them looked confused and shocked at first. I said, what were you doing here? Naruto? I think I know. He said looking towards Tazuna, who flinched. You're from Land of Waves, aren't you? The two famous thug brothers, known as the Demon Brothers. So you know about us, Kakashi no Hokage. Of course, you are also in the bingo book, at least on the early on pages. What do you want? Obviously you know what we want. We want the bridge builder. So hand us over and we can be all on our way. Your Genins won't get even hurt. These said Genins just captured you. What would you think? As now we see, both of them gritted their teeth as they looked at the Genins, who looked ready for battle. As now we see, Kakashi then asked, tell me what I want to hear. Who sent it you? Never. Then I have no other choice. Hinata, pull the string. As the ninja wire then began to cut into their flesh as blood seeped out. As Hinata had to act tough even though she was shaking. As Naruto pressed her shoulder a bit, comforting her. It's alright. It is needed. You need to harden yourself, Hinata. Otherwise they could have hurted you, us, or our client. Yes. It was Gato. Gato is doing this. Gato who? A businessman from the Land of Waves? No. Gato is a tyrant, said Tazuna. He killed my son. He has done many bad deeds to our village. Please help us. Then why did you lie? Said Naruto. I had no other choice. This is the only bit that we have left, that we were able to scrape. Please help us, I beg of you. You don't need to beg. You could have just requested for help. We are gonna have to help, Sensei. By legal code, I'm not allowed to do that, Naruto. We have to return back. But, seeing that you are able to take care of yourself, I want to see how far you can go. As a Genin team, in this mission, which has turned from Z rank all the way up to an A rank mission. As the both girls flinched as Naruto's eyes narrowed. Are you sure about that, Sensei? More threats and dangers lie ahead, Naruto. That much is for sure. Are you up to the challenge? Yes, I am. As after that we see, the team continued their mission all the way to the Land of Waves until they saw and sensed that a huge mist was gathering around. Wait. As Naruto slammed his hands together. Wind turmoil jutsu. As huge amount of wind gust was released at such pressure that even the earth cracked, causing all the mist to float away as a being became visible who was coming towards them, walking. My oh my, he began to clap his hands together. Quite the move there, kid, and I thought that I had what I wanted right in the bag. Zabuza Momochi, one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist. What are you doing here so far from your home? Said Kakashi. Kakashi no Sharingan, the copy ninja. Just my luck. My bounty, and I can get a lot of money for your head. And looks like you have a little bit of fresh-haired Genins who have some good heads on their shoulders. So how about this, kids? He said, releasing huge amount of killer intent. leave before you all get hurt. Now Satsuki and Hinata, since this was the first time they sensed huge amount of killer intent, they froze for a bit. But as for Naruto, he looked at him with cold eyes and released his huge amount of killer intent as well. The killer intent of Kyuubi. As Tazuna was shocked, and so was Zabuza and Kakashi. This pressure, it's like the Nine Tails. Who are you to tell me what to do? Tell me where Gato is, or I might let you live. As Zabuza chuckled. Well, kid, I gotta hand it to you. This was certainly not in my resume when I signed up for this job. You know what? I can't be bothered with this. Haku, come out. But, Sensei, enough. We are leaving. Something tells me that this kid is a danger, and we shouldn't mess with him. And let's just say, I have always trusted my gut, and it has helped me out so far. So, I will trust my gut once more, and be out of your head. Oh, and by the way, he's on the left side of the village. Deeply hidden within the caves, there is a mansion there that he has created for himself. Thanks. As after that we see Naruto begin to walk in that direction. Where are you going? We have to complete the mission. You go take care of that self. Our client, as Sensei watches over you. I'll go take a look into that. Naruto, please stop. I can't allow you to do that. As Naruto knocked out his sensei. Sorry, Sensei. I have to. As Naruto looked at both of them, please. We trust you, Naruto-kun. Said Satsuki, as Hinata at first was not confident in sending Naruto, but after seeing that he was able to, handle himself more capably, she agreed as well. So am I. Please return safely. Obviously I will, girls. Thank you. As now we see Naruto disappear at blinding speeds, dashing throughout from tree to tree, jumping and arriving where the location was. These must be the caves. As he handed in his clothes first to take care of the goons stealthily. As now we see Naruto walking in, like he owned the place. As he sat down in front of Gato in his office, as Gato was literally shaking and scared. Like my present, Gato? How do you feel? As Gato, who was visibly shaken, was now somewhat confident. You? A scrawny brat did all of this? This scrawny brat just killed and destroyed your ultimate line of defense that made you thought that you were a god. So mind your words, because I can certainly rip your throat out and feed it to you back. As this statement alone with the cold eye gaze and the Kyuubi's killer intent that Naruto was sending his way made him shiver and piss his pants. Pathetic. And you call yourself a god and tyrant. So, here's the deal. Hand over everything that you have taken from the village and get the fuck out of this state. If I don't, then what? As Naruto then smirked, and from outside of the cave screams came. As on the other side, we see that it was getting evening and the girls were getting worried. As Naruto Sensei has woken up as well. Now where's Naruto? He hasn't returned, Sensei. And you let him leave like that? We are sorry, Sensei, but we thought that Naruto... And suddenly the door bursted open, and Naruto brought in a Gato who was beaten and bruised badly. As he thrown him on the floor. There. Done. You don't need to worry about anything. And take these scrolls. Naruto said, placing them on the table. These scrolls contain all of the assets that he has stolen from you. I gotta need to take a bath, said Naruto as Naruto left. Everyone was shocked. They couldn't even say or utter a word. He just came and went like that. As after that we see Naruto arrived downstairs. It was already dinner time. As after eating a bunch of dinner, he went back to bed. And the next day the bridge process started, and the bridge was completed. And on the end of the week they were allowed to leave back to their village. While returning, it was in a silent journey, and Naruto wasn't talking any bit. I'll be leaving first, Sensei. Wait, Naruto. Both of you girls, you can leave. What is up with you, Naruto? What happened? You tortured girls. I can't get that out of my head. I have fought many scum, Sensei. Even killed some fucks. But this bastard was the most sickest I have ever fought. There are much more worse and sick people out there, Naruto. You have to strengthen your heart. You have to be ready to face them. Ready I am, Sensei. Is that so? said a voice as right in front of Naruto stood his idol, Jiraiya, the one who wrote the holy piece of article, Uchiha Tactics. Sensei, Naruto said as he was now in his feet, please make me your student. As Kakashi was flabbergasted at first, and he knew that Naruto was also a man of culture and also came there. Oh, hey Jiraiya-sama, have you gotten ready the new Uchiha Tactics? Working on it, but what happened to the kid? I have read what you have written down. The holy grail of Uchiha Tactics. The first 10 copies that you sent to my father, but that idiot didn't read. As everyone was shocked. Did he just call my sensei an idiot? Damn. And sensei didn't read? How could he do that? First 10 copies? They're so hard to find. And they have additional bonus material, said Kakashi. Now he was jealous of Naruto and wanted to get his hands on the copies, but he knew he couldn't. Enough, child. I shall take you in and train you to be my perfect pupil. That is why I am here, because the Chunin Exams are near, and for henceforth you are going to have to prepare with me for the exams. As now we see, Kakashi was shocked. Wait, what? You're going to be teaching him? Yes. Kakashi, you focus on both of the girls. Hinata is going to be focusing with Nezuko and Hiyashi-sama. Satsuki, she's the only one left. I guess I'll teach her then. That will be for the best, Kakashi. And after that, it was decided that Naruto was going to be training with Jiraiya. And for 1 month straight, Naruto trained with Jiraiya and the rest as usual, with their families and friends. And after 1 month, the Chunin exams were near and the girls finally met. And once they arrived at the real training center where the test was going to be conducted, up in the room where there was no Genins, and they saw their sensei, they were happy. Well, looks like my Genins made it. I hope you have progressed far, Naruto, Hinata, since I know I trained Satsuki well. We won't disappoint, sensei. Good. Oh, I wish you all the best. Try your best, okay? As after that, we see the first part went as in canon, and the second part, well, let's just say, it went a little off, but they were able to avoid Orochimaru altogether. Since Naruto had connection with nature now, he was able to determine some sinister feelings from a specific Konomichi and was able to determine her chakra and her movements, and was surprised to find that she was waiting for them in their path. So they changed the direction altogether, avoiding her altogether completely. And once they arrived there, Naruto then revealed the truth to his team what he was sensing. So they were happy that they were able to avoid all this bullshit altogether. So now we see Naruto and the others resting and regaining their strength while the test continued on for a couple of days further. And after that, the preliminary rounds were announced. And let's just say Nezuko and Hinata had to fight as usual. And this time around, it was a draw, since both of them were trying their hardest to impress Naruto. Naruto was happy for both of them, but at the same time was saddened that they had to hurt each other to the point that he himself couldn't witness and wanted to jump inside, and was only held back by Guy and Kakashi combined. And even they could barely hold him still. As now we see that Hiruzen announced 1 month of break for the Genins to train properly for the finals, and they were allowed to relax, but not for Naruto. He went back and began to prepare for the finals. And 1 month later, when finals came, something sinister happened. Jiraiya revealed his true intentions. The Akatsuki were coming, and he wanted Naruto to be away from the Chunin exams. Turns out when Naruto returned, the village was close to the destruction as the Akatsuki has arrived within that month. Naruto was enraged at Jiraiya at first, but he couldn't do anything now. He, being so enraged that he couldn't do anything, then unleashed all of his chakra and turned the Buddha statue, the 1,000 fist statue of wood, into a monster that was live and active. Naruto used it like a Susanoo and began crashing down on the Akatsuki. Akatsuki, for the first time fighting such a monster made out of Mother Nature itself, was quite confused because no matter how much they damaged it, it just regrew and reproduced itself. And they were having a hard time putting it down, and in the end, the Akatsuki were defeated as well. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't stand in his way. Naruto was enraged as he was panting heavily, but he was only calmed once he was able to get the pain's eyes. And as if by knowledge he knew, he ripped out his eyes and placed those within, and used the summoning jutsu of summoning of King of Hell to summon the souls that were dead, and all of those souls who were lost were revived. within this attack, even those who he loved and lost. And they all saw Naruto as a hero now completely, and saw the new avatar of the Mokitan, the Wood Warrior as they called it, the Wood Titan. And as for the other villages, this was more than enough power display to make them aware that they don't need to step out of line, because even if they tried, Konoha is always ready and waiting for them to put them back on track. And as for Naruto, he was more than glad that he was able to save everyone, and has proven that Hiruzen and Danzo's method may be different, but once they worked together, it brought fruition. Konoha was again on the top, and Naruto forced everyone to go towards the peace route, because he knew these dumb dimwits wouldn't have it any other way because of their egos. Fear is the only thing they knew. And let's just say, with Naruto's ideologies, many may not agree, but they were giving results, and that is what they were happy about with. And as for Naruto, he was still a fool in some of the realms, such as girlfriends, which turned into his fiancées and later into his wives. And parenting. He was a bad parent, by the way. I mean, not in the sense that he neglected his kids, it's just that he encouraged their stupidity, and even got in trouble with his wives because of that. Because he liked to get in trouble. As the era of peace was finally looming over the whole elemental nation. This time around, also with an iron fist. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this movie off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and stay tuned for a short story on my second channel as well. Anyways, this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.